ajulaga tin de Konyak laga Folktale opor de Miss Niam New Konyak pra ekta book release kurise aru itu book laga nam tu Haolong kuina ase. Itu laga book de 7 chapters ase aru author pra kuise ki itu laga book laga bhitor de folk tales khan nolibi stories khan tu tai laga grandfather pra kwa khan tai yete likhi kena ase una kuise. Tai tu bi kuise ki especially Konyak chati de folk tales khan opor de written documents nolibi written script nai. Itu nuide tai ekta phapna kurna itu stories khan tu pura itu book te compile kurina record kura ase una tai itu koi kena ase. IPM khan ajulaga din de itu book launch opor de ekbar sai sob.
Inangala time to logo baru na ngayon na bisi mundo pinagisa. Aro itu mundo puli na tansya mo bisi tension na tagi na isulo di pinagisa. Aro papa lode aja kesa puna papa lode pinagisa. Tapi ekni lebih time to mo pinagisa. Aro papa dokter apa lode bi kami request pinagisa. Apni lama prayer ni mula ide pasangan mana Susha, Arumala Pastor, Lodri Dai Mamanishna, Aro Mr. Nilay, Dai Lodri Dai Mamanishna. At yung soup, apnihan soup ay ginapasa mo yung na. Bless pura Latin ikan nila kani. Thank you, Dina Aro Chanagise. Aro, yun iman chula siya. Apnihan natin ito lang program ko ito. Eka successful no. Itu nisna mo imanjun request Krishna ay bide kwanisna except Korean imanjun ay gana puji so okay warm welcome amila pasakan member especially amira yan nila ama amira pasakan member na so kore welcome stay Korean page I guess
journey to time. Good afternoon everyone, respected our guest of honor Shri C.L. John, Reverend Dr. Konyak, Reverend S. Yoko, and our very excellent doctor in the making, Ms. Yami Konyak. Before I get on with the book review, I'd like to steal a moment to thank and at the same time offer my sincere gratitude to Ms. Yami and Mr. Tumek for giving me the privilege to stand here and talk a little bit on the book that is about to get published. And I'm also delighted and at the same time honored to be standing here to do a book review, which is titled as Haolong, a Konyak Folktale. Now, Haolong, a Konyak Folktale, consisting of 7 chapters, it kind of gives us a miniature view. It kind of gives us a miniature view of the Konyak beliefs of the historical existence of mythical creatures or mythical beings. And at the same time, the story is also educational in terms of the cultural practices, the belief systems of the Konyak Nagas during the traditional times. And each chapter has something really interesting to offer. And at the same time, a part of the story that really grabbed my attention was the association of the mythical beings, or rather the celestial beings, with the human world. And I personally feel that this is one of the most intriguing and fascinating aspects of this short folk narrative. And I would like to quote from the text, and this is how it goes. This was the song they kept singing until they encountered Pongpongmil. It is also believed that many stones had walked away in the absence of the humans without leaving a trace behind. Ms. Nyamyu's ability to kind of revive the traditional practices and at the same time belief is very intriguing and encouraging a kind of a deeper exploration of entities beyond the perceivable world. And at the same time, the incorporation of various words from the author's native dialect, it kind of adds an extra layer of authenticity to the story as well. And finally, the story ends on a cliff note, and I am certain that the readers are going to feel kind of a yearning and longing to know more. And with that being said, I also hope that Ms. Nyamyu will return with a continuation from where she has left. And in conclusion, Haolong, a Konyak folktale, is a must-read for readers who are very much inclined towards folklores. And at the same time, I would highly recommend it to readers who are enthusiastic about the timeless tales of Naga practices, especially of the Konyak Naga tribes. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope and believe that you will enjoy reading the book as much as I did while reading and reviewing it as well. Thank you so much.
When Pentriel received this very short yet interesting manuscript of a Konyak folktale, I was personally drawn to the very beauty of the tales that each of our tribe has. The author's introduction to the book reminded me of my own childhood that comprised of many wonderful storytelling sessions with my grandparents. Folk tales are important because it tells our story and captures the hopes, fears, dreams, and details of everyday lives. It tells the story of our origin, our history and culture, and also describes where we live, what our values are, and ultimately who we are. Folktales are primarily what we are made of. And it is important that these stories that have been passed down from generations to generations are documented and preserved for the younger generation. Folktales have enchanted people for centuries, and it still continues to do so. What's important for us is that we capture the charm that each tale has and give it to our children, for them to also experience the magic of stories as it were. In writing Haolong, the author has taken the first important step in preserving our culture, and it gives me great pleasure to say that with the formal release of this book, 2 Konyak authors will have made their debut with Pentriel. In recent times, many initiatives have also been undertaken to preserve our culture. I think it's important to remember that in the process of preserving our culture, our stories are also an indispensable part of it. Very often, the society tends to brush aside literature, whereas our stories form the very basis of our culture as it does in any other culture. This afternoon, I would like to urge young people, especially young aspiring writers, to make a conscious effort in collecting and documenting our stories wherever they go. With that, my heartiest congratulations to Niamyu on the book. Haolong is also our 88th publication, and together with this title, you will find our other titles on display on my left. Make sure that you also buy a copy of Haolong and support the author. And also take the opportunity to have the book signed as well. It is my firm belief that with your support, together we can create a thriving community of literature in our state. Thank you.
Now, before I call Niamyu to stage, Ms. Niamyu Konyak, the author of Haolong, a Konyak folktale, has completed her BA Honours from Mount Olive College, Kohima. She has a master's degree in journalism and mass communication, and she loves to read, write, and travel, I heard, and is passionate about the riches of Naga culture and society. So shall we now lend our attention to the author of Haolong.
Good afternoon. Greetings to you all from me and my family, respected guests of honor, and our Abba, Pastor, our Reverend Dr. Bongshing Apu. Thank you so much, each and every one present here today. I first of all would like to introduce myself. My name is Niamyu Konyak, the author of the book The Haolong. And now take time to talk about the book a little bit, and I will explain about the book of how I got inspired and wrote this book. I'm truly humbled and honored to be standing here today to talk about the book Haolong. I wrote this book Haolong in the memory of my late grandfather. So my grandfather really inspired me to write this book. And when I was a kid, I happened to hear a lot of folk tales, but then I really didn't had that much interest in writing about the book. But when I get to know that we do not have a written records, especially in Konyak tribe, we do not have much written history. All we hear is that like every other tribe, yes, our ancestors do narrate us stories about folktales when we sit with them and when we interact with them. But the thing is, we do not have written records, and we take it very lightly about that. And when I look into our Konyak history, or when I visit a library, and when I go through the books, I realize that we Konyak, we do not have a book based on our folk tales, and we do not have much contribution towards the culture based on the written records. So what I decided was, what if I can contribute something out of the taking advantage of all the stories that my grandfather told me, and to preserve it and to pass it down to the younger generations. And I believe that this is the very first step that I've taken, and I'll continue to write more books, and I'm looking forward for that. And if I talk about this book is not only important for me, but also for my village, Eugene village, and also for the Konyak as well as for Nagas, because this book is dated back to the years when we believed in animism. Like, we do not have any Christian belief. We believed in nature, we believed in spiritual existence. So this book really connects the generation in between the Christian as well as the life before Christian. So for me, it was important to write this book, because this book not only helped me to know about our belief in the past, but also it's related because this book, this book is really important for me, because I think in my village, this is the very first book that we have ever published if it comes to folktales. We do not have any certain book that is already published, or there is no written records about Haolong. And just because we do not have any written records, we do not have any proof to state that we actually have a history that was passed down to us. So now I would like to conclude my speech here by thanking each and everyone present here today. Thank you so much.
In first place, I want to thank Almighty God of Java. Good afternoon to everybody. Respected chairpersons, Ngamyu Konyak, author of the book Haolong, and Konyak Folktale. Haolong is the word of only with English, but in common language we can use Saolong. Saolong is the word very important. All Konyak can understand. But the book written only in their own village dialect, Haolong. And a book, a Konyak Folktale, means Betsorita Orza. When tried, publication how. Dignitaries in the ties. Reverend Dr. Konyak, former General Secretary, and Mrs. Reverend S. Yoko pastor, Konyak Baptist woman Jamukriwa. Miss Chibini Murray, Assistant Professor, Teacher College, in all participants in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly I thank Almighty God for granting us a good life in giving us this auspicious time. I am extremely happy to stand before you as a guest of honor for the program for launching of a book for Haolong, a Konyak Folktales. Today, we have gathered here from different walk of life to witness a milestone achievements of the author, particularly in releasing the book for Haolong, a Konyak Folktales. I am happy to say that such a thoughtful idea has developed to collect a valuable article for publication of the most treasured book. I should say that during the earlier days, in the absence of institutions such as village council or worship place like churches in other related institutions. The Haolong in Konyak was considered as an important and vital institution in their respective villages, in localities. In the institution of Haolong, the people gather for worship as well as to offer prayer to seek blessing. Organized various types of gathering, meeting, and function, utilized and operated as a means for communication by collecting and gathering important information and announce and proclaim to the citizens in the respective villages and below. Hence, on behalf of everyone present here, I take this privilege to convey a heartfelt gratitude to the author in her publication team, including to various individuals who have contributed a valuable article related to particular subject for successful publication of this valuable book, which is known as Haolong, a book for Konyak Folktale besides. I want to achieve more. This is the second time book. Earlier, this teaching has written a cartoon book, collaborated with American publication. I have seen this publication. This is the second time. I would proudly say that at least someone like her take initiative to courageously publish such valuable book to preserve our forefather in institution, culture as well as custom. Our historical background would have been extinct in lost forever without any historical record. However, in the fast moving contemporary world, the people, especially the younger generation, are mostly emphasis on new world order, neglecting in hesitate about our forefather. In institution, historical contextual. Thus, I would like to encourage the younger generation to retrospect to our institution historical background while moving towards the burden of fast-growing, scientifically high-tech, so that our generation will also be inclined to our ancestral history background. Therefore, I once again congratulate and convey my heartfelt gratitude to the author in her publication team of Haolong, and Konyak Folktale books. For achieving such milestone to preserve our ancestral historical indigo. My best wishes in blessing to author Ngamyu Konyak in particular, in her publication team for their future endeavor. Lastly, but nevertheless, I prayerfully request and appeal to all younger generation to be more prophetic and protective in your respective fields, even to the extent of national and international cooperation. To conclude, I once again praise Almighty God for blessing us this new time in prayer. The same will be meaningful and valuable for once more. Thank you, everyone. May God bless us all.